Plus 2 class students, hello and good day to all. I am Amritpal Singh and I welcome you in the online class of economics. Students, in our previous video, we were discussing about the problems of Indian agriculture. Earlier we had completed about the importance of Indian agriculture, importance of agriculture in any country. And then we were discussing about the features of agriculture, especially in India. Then we discussed about the problems of Indian agriculture, that there is a deficiency of finance, there is a lack of organized marketing, there is a deficiency of permanent means of irrigation, lack of permanent means of irrigation, etc. These were the points which we touched in our previous video. Now in this video we are going to discuss that what are the reforms in Indian agriculture, that how we can improve or can bring a reform in the Indian agriculture. Okay, this is our concept, and this is little bit wide concept, student, because agrarian reforms are classified into three parts. Number one is technical reforms, number two is institutional reforms, which are also called land reforms. These things you have to keep in mind. And third one we have general reforms. Okay, so categorized we have technical reforms. So let's take a quick look here. Technical reforms, earlier we are only going to touch what is the meaning of technical reforms. Means how technically we can improve the agriculture sector, how technically we can improve the productivity of crops. Okay, it means that we are going to use the what we have, use of HYV seeds. I will discuss when we will discuss this point. Use of chemical fertilizers, technically how to improve our agriculture, scientific farm management practices, etc. So there we have some few points, 5-6 points we have in our syllabus, in our book, by which we can discuss how to improve our agriculture technically. Okay, technique wise, is there any deficiency whatsoever we are doing or the farming process is there, how we can improve technically. So technical reforms are there. Okay, second we have institutional reforms, land reforms. These land reforms I have not written because due to lack of space, but students, these things you have to keep in mind, that land reforms or institutional reforms, these are different from technical reforms. Technical reforms means when we are trying to improve our agriculture or trying to improve our farming, try to increase the productivity technically, means irrigation facilities should be there, as we have read, chemical fertilizers. But institutional reforms here means when we give another thing to agriculture which is not related technically, but institutionally we are going to improve the structure of Indian agriculture. Means there should be elimination of intermediaries, or zamindari system should be abolished. So how to conquer that or how to achieve that we will discuss when we will discuss on these institutional reforms, which are also called land reforms. Okay, and third we have general reforms. General reforms means how if there is any shortage of funds, if there is any earlier we were discussing lack of organized marketing system, how to use that. There is a deficiency of finance, there was a problem. So how to provide credit to the farmers if they are suffering with this kind of problem, they have deficiency of funds. And then we have price support policy, etc. So I have not written all the points here. This is just for your a little overlook that what exactly we are going to discuss. And students, these things you have to keep in mind, that in the examination, technical reforms, institutional reforms, general reform, any reform can be asked. You can be asked to give suggestions or give about only technical reforms or only general reforms or only land reforms. Okay, I hope that you all are getting whatsoever I am trying to teach you. Very interesting, very informative also, and it is also related with our day-to-day life, because we are here with the rural area, and majority of our students are actually in this agriculture sector. They are actually engaged in these activities. So I hope that they will be finding it very informative also, and they are already aware about the problems of Indian agriculture. Okay, now you can pause the video and note it down, the whole concept, in your fair notebook. Yes, students, so now we are going to discuss, first of all, what we have technical reforms. We have many points here and we are starting with only 2 points in this part. Now we have first point, use of HYV seeds. HYV seeds, technically how we can improve our agriculture. So we have high yielding variety seeds. Students, this is important for the improvement of agriculture. It will bring a reform in Indian agriculture. We have since 1965 HYV seeds have replaced conventional varieties. So earlier we were using some old techniques or conventional varieties, but now since 1965 it has been replaced by HYV seeds. As earlier, before, on the eve of independence, our agriculture sector there was the colonial exploitation. We have read in chapter number 1 that British government didn't take any initiative or any action in order to improve the Indian agriculture. But whatsoever the productivity was there or commercial farming was there, this was only for the benefit of the British government because they required raw material. Okay, but here we have after 1965 we started using the HYV seeds. So HYV seeds relating to wheat, bajra, rice, maize, etc. have led to a substantial rise in crop productivity, which is known as green revolution. So we have green revolution or white revolution, but agriculture related with green revolution only. So in green revolution we have there is a spurt in crop productivity. There was, it is in Hindi we used to say Hari Kranti. So green revolution we have using HYV seeds relating to wheat, bajra, rice, maize, etc. has led to a substantial rise in crop productivity. So all these food grains were there and it incredibly increased the crop productivity, number one. And we have, and this is also called green revolution. The popular name of this activity using HYV seeds is green revolution. So this is another question, what do you mean by green revolution? So you can write this answer. Okay, second point, we have use of chemical fertilizers. Very easy to understand, students. So this is a common thing, this is the general thing, using the chemical fertilizers in order to improve the productivity of the crop, in order to improve the agriculture. So this is technical reform. Again I am repeating, student, technical, how technically we can improve our agriculture sector. So this is the point. So these are being increasingly used to enhance productivity. These means chemical fertilizers. So chemical fertilizers are being increasingly used to enhance the productivity. Okay, use of chemical fertilizers has increased over time. So earlier we were not using chemical fertilizers. So chemical fertilizers, you can also use insecticides, pesticides in order to save crops from unwanted weeds or any insect which can destroy our crop. So use of chemical fertilizer. So chemical can also increase the productivity of our crop, and it is also helpful for the better life or better growth of the crop. Okay, so these are some 2 points only related. Now I request you to pause the video and note it down in your favor. Yes, students, so after discussing first 2 technical reforms, now we are going to discuss third point. We have use of insecticides and pesticides for crop protection. So earlier we were discussing use of chemical fertilizers in order to increase the productivity of crop. Now we are discussing the use of insecticides and pesticides for crop protection. Okay, very easy to understand. It's a general thing, it's a common thing. We have steps have been initiated to protect crops against diseases and insects by using insecticides and pesticides. So we have taken some initiative, we have taken some steps in order to protect our crop from various diseases and insects. Okay, so 14 central plant protection centers have been set up in this respect. So in order to save the crops from diseases and from other things, insects, we have set up 14 central plant protection programs. Okay, centers have been launched in India, have been set up in this respect. Fourth point, we have mechanized means of cultivation. Mechanized means of cultivation means when we are cultivating our crops with the help of machines. Okay, with the help of machines, we have So several measures have been taken to spread the use of mechanized means of cultivation. So we have here also we have taken some initiative in order to making the mechanized means of cultivation. So what are the initiative we have? Several measures. What are those measures we are discussing? RRB, Regional Rural Bank. Okay, these are specially meant for rural areas. Commercial banks, as we all are aware, in these days you are surrounded with multiple commercial banks, either it is State Bank of India, SBI, PNB, Punjab National Bank, etc. Okay, RRB, Regional Rural Bank, commercial banks, cooperative societies. These institutions provide cheap credit facilities. Cheap credit means whenever you are getting loan from any bank or any of these institutions, these will be at very reduced rate of interest, very low rate of interest. Okay, so it is also often called cheap credit facilities. Then agriculture machines, etc. So in order to buy mechanized or machines, agriculture, we have agriculture machines or any other agriculture equipment, they can contact to RRB or cooperative societies or commercial banks. Okay, so mechanized means of cultivation can only be possible if the farmers are having enough fund to buy those machines. So this initiatives has been taken by Regional Rural Bank, etc. Okay, now after discussing fourth point, we are now at point number 5. Okay, point number 5, we have scientific farm management practices. So this is the last point, and after that we will try to wind up our video. So stress has been laid on scientific cultivation as against conventional farming. Okay, so we have also taken some initiative in order to improve our agriculture. Here scientific farm management practice means with the help of scientific methods we are here to improve our agriculture. So it is also a technical reform we have. So it is related to what are here? Selection of crops. Earlier there was a conventional farming. Okay, with the help of conventional wisdom we had. So now we have here scientific farm management practices. Okay, scientific farm management practices. So it is related with selection of crops and quality. So whatsoever the crops are being selected and their quality, preparation of soil, how the soil will be prepared, selection of seed, use of fertilizers, etc. Many other things are there in this respect, scientific farm management practices. So means scientifically we are going to do agriculture, we are farming, we are cultivating our crops, not any conventional wisdom but with the help of scientific farm management practices. In this connection, intensive agriculture area program has been introduced. So for this purpose we have intensive agricultural area program. Okay, and integrated rural development IRD program has been launched to speed up the process of growth in agriculture. So we have taken some initiative here also in order to improve our agriculture. So these are technical things by which we can able to improve our agriculture, and with the help of this part, students, our technical reforms are over. I hope that you liked it, and don't forget, you all are awesome. Thank you very much.